guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa, back to do another project today. So this project is an envelope mini album and it's made using a set of SVG files. There's actually only 2 files and this is a freebie. So if you're interested in making this little album, all you need to do to get the SVG files, which are spatial vector graphic files for electronic cutting machines, all you need to do is head over to my Facebook group, which is called Creativa Divas, and I'll put the link in the description box below. And these SVG files will be saved in the files section of the group. So you need to join the group and then have a look at the announcement where I will pin some more information, details about how to download these files so that you can use them as well. So as I said, there's only 2 files. This one here, which is the base page for the envelope, and it also has this little corner pocket here. The blue pieces of themselves are the elements themselves, and the pink pieces that are sitting on top, or in this case underneath, are the mats. So you don't need to measure anything, it's all been done for you. And in this second file we have a cover, a small pocket, a waterfall flip and the mat for that, and 2 long pockets. So that's all we're going to use. So I've cut out some pieces and I think we might just go for it. So what I'll do is I'll put this here so we can refer to that, and let's start. So I'll just grab my little bits and pieces that I've got here. So I've already gone ahead and cut out some pieces. So let me put this to the side and we'll find our base pages. So these are our base pages here. So I've made these, I've cut these out on my Cricut, so that's why we can get this nice fancy finish here. And then my Cricut has also done the scoring for me. Now I use my scoring stylus, I don't use the scoring wheel. That's because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to take it out every time it switches from scoring to cutting. So I have cut this out of drawing cartridge paper. I think it's about 120 GSM. Of course you could do it out of cardstock. I just didn't have any white cardstock. I don't have any cardstock much at the moment. I'm waiting for a delivery. But anyway, I thought this would be okay because by the time we mat it and everything, it should be fairly sturdy. So this is my base page, and I have cut out 6 of these, but I have designed them so you could make as many pages as you would like, and you just attach each page to the next page and so on until you've finished. And the only thing that will change will be the spine, so how wide your little mini album is going to be. So I suggest that we put all of the pages together before we do the cover so that we can work out, once we've put everything together, how wide our spine is going to be. And for that reason I haven't included a spine in these files, because I wanted to give you the versatility to make as big or a smaller album as you like. So I have cut out 6 of these, as I said, and I have distressed around the edges with a little bit of Tim Holtz vintage photo, and I've just put these paper clips on here so that they didn't flap about while I was getting all my bits and pieces in a pile. So I can just put those over here, and I'll grab some glue. Oh, I've got company today, but he just left. My puppy, well, he's 1 now, he's not a puppy. Okay, so to build our pages together, we're just going to attach this tab here to the next page. So I'm just going to open this one out like so, and just flip this little guy over like that, so we have this straight line here. And then I'm just going to fold over that little tab there and put some glue on that, like so. So these are sized so that you can fit a 6x4 photo inside these little envelopes. Of course, with an SVG you can definitely change the size. if you'd like to. You just select everything and change the size. So then I just stick that little guy on there. Where's my bone folder? Okay, I'll just make sure that's well adhered. And that is one page stuck, and it's got its own little gusset there. So that's one page done. And then we just take this little tab and do the same thing with the next guy. So we'll slide this one out, fold that over like so. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back of this one. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this for every single page. So, and you could decide how many you want. I just thought I would do 6 because, I don't know, I always just think of 6 as a number for albums. And this is just I've done a terrible job of that. Yeah, how's that? This is just a super quick little album. I'm really having a hard time with this one. Yeah, a super quick little fun album, nothing serious. Look, and then I just mangled the top of that in my effort to try and do that, so that was clever. Yes, just something fun and quick. Sometimes you just like a quick project, and I also like it when you can sink your teeth into something really big as well, but also I really like a quick project. And who doesn't like a freebie? Of course, you don't have to use this envelope as a mini album. You could just use it as an envelope as well. Come on. This is how not to do it. There we go. Alright. So I think I might slide that little guy in there like that. And that little guy in there like that. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish attaching these last couple onto here, and then I will be back. I will be back. Okay, so I have now attached all of my 6 little envelopes, and that's going to make our base pages. So as you can see here, and I've just put the paper clips on just to stop them flipping around. So on our last page we have this little tab here that we won't need. So of course you would use it if you wanted to keep adding on. So I wouldn't trim it off until you're absolutely sure how many pages you want. But I think I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to trim this last little tab off. I'm going to try and do that with scissors, which is never really a good plan for me. But I'll give it a go. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to just trim this last little edge off. Oh, I feel really uncomfortable doing it with scissors. Okay. I'm not very good at straight cutting, which is one of the reasons why I bought an electronic cutting machine. So I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Well, we can put a little ink on it, and I'm sure I'll feel better about it once I put a little bit of ink on it. Okay. So that is basically our base pages already done. So instead of having little side pockets, we're going to have these little guys that flip up like this. So now we can go ahead, and this is just how simple it is. We can go ahead and put our mats on each of these pages. So I've already cut some mats out. Let me see what I can find. Okay, so under here is a mat, and the reason I've put it underneath is so that you could see the pattern through it. So you could cut this out of anything that you liked. I've actually cut mine out of vellum. So I just ran this through my printer to make it pink, and then I can just attach that to here. So it is exactly the same size as your little tab, your little flip. So what you might find is that you need to trim just a tiny little sliver, tiny little sliver off here to make it sit nicely. And then I would just use a little bit of glue along these little edges here and attach my piece of vellum along there like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way through for each of those. So I just thought I'd show you those in my vellum pieces. So then this mat here is the one that I've cut to go inside here. And so I have cut 6 of these to go inside my envelope like so. And then I can close this guy up and put some glue on the tabs and put this mat here on top. And I've also cut some of these out, so these are all ready to go as well. And they just fit really nicely on there like that. So I can go and do that all the way through my album. And then you'll see that on the opposite sides, or on the back sides of our envelopes, we can also mat these as well, because we can just put all these little pieces on top. So I have also cut out the mats for each of those, which are exactly the same as these guys here. So we can just go ahead and mat these all the way around as well. So I might go ahead and do all of that matting, and once I've done that, I'll come back and then we'll put some little pockets and waterfalls and things in there, and you can just see how quick and easy this little guy is. So I'll be back shortly. Okay guys, so I'm back and I have done that matting as I said I was going to. So I've matted each of these little pages here. Oh, there goes the dog again. I'll tell someone what for. And then I have done the mats on this side, all but this one here, and I'll show you why. But so that's all done. I haven't glued these closed yet because I was thinking about what kind of a closure I might want on here, and I've decided that I can close this because I'm just going to dangle something off here. I've got these little tassels and I've just put a little jump ring on them. Not a very good one, but I can fix that up later. So I'm just going to put a little hole in here and then just hang that little tassel off, and I think that just the weight of that will help to hold that little guy closed. But I'll do that later. So I've already cut some little bits out to put on our pages, so let's just go ahead and do that. So I'm not going to do anything else on here at this stage. On this side I was just going to put one of these little corner pockets. So I've cut out this little corner pocket here and I've just flipped it over and cut the mat out flipped over. So on my Cricut I just mirrored it so that I could cut out the mat the right way as well as the pocket. So I'm just thinking that I might just glue that little guy on there. I tell you, this is such a cute little easy project, so let's just go ahead and do that. Glue's gone a bit gammy. So these are just some ideas of things that you could put on the page, or ways of laying it out. Of course you can do whatever you like, and you know, use your imagination, do all sorts of things with them. And you could extend it even more if you wanted to and put some flips in there or whatever. I just thought this was a cute little fun, easy, quick project. So I'll just stick my little corner pocket on there, and now I've got a little spot there for a photo mat. Might leave that one. So, okay, so on this page I'm going to use 2 of these larger long pockets, so they're wider than the narrow ones, and I'm going to make them into doors. So that's what I've got cut out here. So I've cut out 2 of these long pockets, and I've cut out 2 mats for each, one for each side. So on these pockets we don't need these tabs here, so we could use this as a pocket, but we're going to use them as a little door flip. So I just need to trim off these end tabs. So I'll just get out my cutting board, and I'm just going to line up that crease line that my Cricut has put on there along my board, and just trim that little guy off, and trim this little guy off. the same on this side. Oh, can't see that end. Something like that. And then this one. That's all we need to do there. So I'll just put a little bit of ink on those little bits that I've trimmed off. And this one. And because it's a flip, we've got to do the other side as well. And this one. And this one. Lovely. Okay, so now we can just glue these guys down. Hopefully I can get them nice and straight so that they line up in the middle. If not, I can always trim them up. It's no big deal. So we're going to stick one on there. And then we're going to stick one on there. Let's just do it, shall we? And we can fix it if I have not done a very good job of lining it up. Okay, so this one's going up against here and here, like so. And glue that one down. And then this one's going right up against this edge. And I'll just line that up there and there. Let's see how I did. Maybe. Whoop. Let's have a look how it sticks out the edge. It sticks out a little bit. I don't like that, so I'm going to bring it in and let's see what's the damage here. Well, to start with, I didn't trim very well at the top because one's longer than the other, so that was really clever. How are they at this bottom? That's okay. So I feel like I want to line these two up. So if you weren't doing this on camera, you could take a little bit more time about it and get it right, but you know, where's the fun in that? So I'm just going to draw a line across there because I think I want to trim that bit off, and then this is only a couple of millimeters out, but if I just draw a line down there. Okay, we can do this. We can fix it. I just bring this out, flip this over and line up my little line that I've just drawn along there. I'll try to. Take that, it's like literally 2 millimeters, not even that. Okay, where did you come from? There. Okay, and then I just wanted to trim that little top section off because I didn't line that up very well when I trimmed it out on my trimmer. Oh dear. Bad news when I've got scissors and things out, I tell you. Straight cutting is not my thing. So, my puppy's back in the room, i.e. Trouble. I took him for a walk, I fed him dinner, I tried to do everything I could to make sure that he was happy before I started this video, but I'm not sure that he really is. Okay, I think that'll do. It's not perfect, but never mind. Okay, so I'm thinking I might use some magnets to keep my doors closed. So I'll just grab some magnets from behind me. wherever they might be. Magnets. Okay. Have a little drawer for my magnets. They're all stuck together. Okay. So what I'm hoping is I could put one in the middle and then one on each side. And in fact, handily, I have got this broken magnet, and maybe I could use those. Whoops. Maybe I could use those two broken halves. Maybe that will be a use for them. If I could get them to come off. And there we go. Alright, we'll just put those there for now. So, let's put some glue down for this magnet. And stick that one down. Make sure it's about halfway in between. Okay, that's good. Now let's just do a little test run, shall we? Should we? I don't know. Maybe we should just put the mat down. Let's just do that. Let's put the mat down. Alright, so I've got this glue here for my mat. Hope this is going to work. If not, at least we tried. Okay. Whoops. Which way up does this go? I actually think it goes that way. But I want to put it this way. I think the writing's upside down now, but if you don't tell, I won't tell. Okay. Now, if I put this little guy on here, like so, and if I put a little blob of, so let's have a look here. That's about the centre. I think we want it to go about there. Let's try that. So if I put a little bit of glue on here, I want it to be in a bit because I want to be able to get that mat on there. Whoops. It has to go that way. Oh, I think I just messed it up again. How's that? Let's give it a try. Yeah, well, this is the right spot, so let's just see what happens, shall we? I want it to go about there. Alright, let's put a mat on top. See if we can make this work. If not, we can always pull them out and do something else. Oh, I just had a thought. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I just had a thought. I have some little catches. Just 1 second. These little Tim Holtz guys. These are ring fasteners. Maybe we could use those. Do they stick to the magnet? I've used those before. Let's try that. Let's take this off. And, oh, stuck to my finger. Okay, and let's wipe this glue off. Well, this is a lesson in what not to do. Or maybe I should have thought through it a bit more. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So no, let's put the mats on the front. Whoop. So they went something like, no, like that. Okay, so let's put this mat on the front. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You do not have to do this disaster. Sorry about this, guys. I was sort of thinking on the fly, not very well as it turns out. Okay. And put that one on there. I always struggle with these doors. I don't know why I do them, honestly. Okay, and then this needs to go. Well, where's the center? Let's just have a look at that for a second. The center is actually here. If I put it there, will it stick? I believe it will. Okay, so we need a little hole. I'm just going to turn this sideways. Put a little hole right there. Okay, and then we'll put this little catch on here, through here. Okay, all right. Close that one up. Oh, that's cute. Okay, winning. Right, let's go back to this mat. Do we need to put a bit more glue on there? Maybe. Right, back on track. It's like that never happened. Okay, pop the mat on here. Make sure it covers up that little bit there. Get that glue off. Stick it down. And that's holding nicely. I don't know how what will go with a picture underneath, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. Okay, so then we can put this mat on here. Oh, that looks sweet. It looks sweet. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if I'm working my way further and further away from the the desk and away from the camera. Okay, that one on there. Sweet again, and then we need a hole in here. So we decided to put it about there. And then I just need to make sure that it's, so I think we need our hole about here. Okay, here we go, hole about there. Put a little catcheroo in. Okay, looking good, looking good. I forgot I had these. I used to use these all the time for doors. Oh, sweet. Isn't that lovely? I like it. Okay. And then we can put this mat on and call that done. Like so. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so on this inside you could put a little pocket down the bottom. Could put a belly band across here or across here, but I don't want to interfere with that magnet too much. So I don't want to put too much under there, but I think that's a nice little spot for a photo. Oh, look at that. And I might put a little bit of something hanging off there, who knows. Okay, so that's that page done. Right, so moving on. Let's hope I do it with a little less disaster than that one. Let's put that over there. Okay, so we have this page. Where did we start? We started here. Okay, so we have this page. Little corner pocket, another envelope, doors. Okay, this page. On this page, I wanted to use one of these small pockets here, but I'm going to use it as a belly band across the middle like so. So, I've already cut my mat for it, and we're going to use these two tabs, but I need to cut this tab off. In fact, I don't even need to cut it off. I could just fold it over and stick it down. And then if we make it the top, it'll give it a little bit of reinforcement. So let's just do that. So I'm just going to put some glue on this long tab. I've got glue stuck to me everywhere. Fold that down. And then we can pop this mat on top. I'm trying to use this different glue for my matting, only because it's a cheaper glue. And so that's the only reason. Okay, and pop that on there. So it's pretty plain, but that's a good spot for a little bit of embellishing. Like so. And then I'm thinking, I might try and find where halfway is here, which would be 2.75, about there. And actually it's, yeah, 2. Whatever, however you work your, something like that. Yeah, however you work your, whatever measurement system you use, I'm just finding halfway so that I can sort of line these up, because I'm not very good at lining things up. So now I have those little marks on each side. So you could put this guy down first and then slide this mat in, but I don't think we'll really see these two tabs, so I'm just going to go for it like this. So I'm just going to put some glue on these tabs. And this bit here with that tab that we stuck down, I'm going to keep it at the top, because I think that's probably where the most pressure will come about, the most usage from pulling things out that way. And then I'll just put that down on there like so. And we have a belly band right there. That's nice and easy. I'd erase my little marks. That one and that one. Okay, moving on. Next one, I might leave that for now. Okay, this one here, what was my plan? Oh, I'm going to have a belly band going this way. So this time I have got one of these skinny long pockets and the mat, and we're going to do exactly the same things. So I could cut that off, but I'll just fold it over and we'll glue it down. So I'll just fold that over. Oops, badly. Just fold that over and glue it down. Make sure it's well stuck. That big bubble there's not very well stuck, is it? Might stick a little bit of glue in there. Doesn't want to stick. Okay, and then I'll just put a little bit of ink on there. And then we'll just fold these guys in. Now, I don't think I did a very good job of, oops, everything stuck to my scissors thanks to those magnets. Look at that. Okay, I did not fold that very well, so I just need to trim that little bit off there. Okay, and then we can stick our mat on top. So let's do that. There's plenty of glue in here, it just doesn't want to come out. Okay, pop this guy down on here. A bit of a wobble on there. So I've definitely done a terrible job of lining up that bit that I cut off, that I folded over instead of cutting off. I feel like maybe I want to try and, I think it's stuck now. I think I'm just going to have to live with that. Oh well. Okay. I can put a bit of something else on there, make it, I'm not happy with it, people. Let's just see what I can, let's see if I can just neaten that edge up. So this was just my fault because I did not fold it over very well, which was obvious because it didn't fold over very well. It had that bubble in the middle, and I should have done something about it then, but I was persistent and now it's weird. Maybe even a little bit more. It might have been too much. This is why you shouldn't hurry. You can make it worse. Okay. That'll have to do. Okay. Now, this little guy is going in the center. So I might try and find the center, which is, for me in centimeters, it would be 6 centimeters. Whatever that might be in inches, I don't know. 2.5-ish. Okay, and then this guy is awkwardly 3.5 centimeters, so let's call that 1.75, about there. And I mean, you just stick it down if you can just stick it down, but I don't know, I'm pretty pedantic about centering things. Obviously not pedantic about sticking things down properly because of that kerfuffle. Okay, so just put some glue on those tabs and stick it down. And we have a belly band. How centered is that up there? Can't see. There we go. Cute. In the end, it'll be fine. Okay, where's my eraser gone? I erase my little marks off there and there. Okay, so there's a long belly band. Next page. Right, this page is a waterfall. So I have already cut out some pieces for my waterfall. Let me show you. I'm hoping I can get 5 down here, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll make it up as we go along. So I've cut out 5 of these waterfalls and then 10 of the mats. And I've got 10 mats because I'm matting both sides. If you don't want to mat, you don't have to. So I've already sort of worked ahead and I decided to round my edges along here. So I was just going to show you, this is my waterfall piece here, and then there's my mats, and I'm just going to round my corners like so, And the same on this guy. And the same on this guy. Let's just take stock for a minute here. If this is my front, it's going to go that way. So then if I flip this up, does it matter which way this goes? I feel like it should go that way. So we're going to put the rounded bits here. So I'll just put a little inkaroo on there and there. And there. And there. And then we can stick these mats down. This is the page that I wanted to put them. Can't remember. I think this is my waterfall page. But obviously you can put it anywhere you like, or not at all. I'm just giving you some ideas. These would fit 3x4 photos pretty easily, I think. So that's cool. You can get 6x4 photos in here, 3x4 photos on these waterfall flips, and then basically anything smaller than a 6x4. So little sprockets or cropped photos will fit in fine, just fine. Okay, so I've got 5 of those guys, and then I accidentally cut out one more, but then I thought that's fine because I'm just going to use that to line my waterfall pieces up on. So this I've decided is going to be my top one, so I'm just going to put some glue on this little tab here. Just along here. And then I can just, I should probably go right to the edge. And then I can just line this up on the edge of here like so. And flip her over. And then my next one, which one do I want next? This one. Pop that one down like so. Just line that one up along here. Oops, wobble it around a little bit. Flip that one over. You happy with that? Wish you'd stop wobbling. Yep. And so on. So I will go through and finish doing this because this might take a minute. So then when I've done that, I will come back and we will go on with putting this one on. And then we just have the last page, which is just a couple of pockets, and then the cover. So I'll see you back again soon when I've done this. Okay, see you in a minute. Alright, so I have finished attaching all my little waterfall pieces to that back piece. So now I just need to chop off this little bit here that we don't need. So I'll have a go with my scissors and see how I go. I'm just going to trim across that bit there. Like so. Not bad, not bad. And just to ink it up. Okay, so now we can just flip those guys, whoops, back over like that. I've got a little bit of seam binding here that I thought I would use to tie it up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of seam binding here, down here like this. And well, this is probably too long, but we'll just find the middle, and we'll just stick that there like so. Get the glue off my fingers. Okay, and then let's find our page before I get too carried away with the glue. This one here. So all ready to go, so I can just put a little bit of glue on along here. Put some under there. Across the top. And I think 5 is going to fit just fine. So that's 10 little photos on one page, which is pretty cool. Okay, I reckon I'll just guess this. Much as it pains me. I'll just flip that guy out like so. So I can give that a nice... Are we happy with the placement? Like so. Okay, and then I shall just run my fingers across here. Now you could cut some little thin strips to put across here to mat that. I haven't included those, but they wouldn't be very difficult to work out, or you could use a bit of washi or whatever you like. Bit of lace, something like that. Alright, and then we can just tie that up. Like so. Something like that. A bit of a long tail there. And then I'll just trim that off. There we go. I'll use that for a tag or something like that. Okay, so let's go back to where it's meant to be sitting. What's the front? That one's the front. Okay, so then we have a little waterfall there. Doors, so cute. Belly bands, waterfall. Now in the past I've actually put this ribbon actually under the mat, and that might have been a better option, but I think it will be fine. Okay, so then on this last back page, let's just flip it open like so, so it's a bit easier to deal with. I've just cut 2 of these little small pockets, these guys here, and I have already put the mats on those as well. So all I'm going to do is glue one down like so. So let's just go ahead and do that. Dog's having a little snore in the corner. He's finally calmed down. Okay. Put that guy down like so. Down the bottom. Get that gluey bit off there. Now this one, I'm going to leave this tab open and slide it in here so that then that pocket will be open all the way to the bottom. So I'm only going to turn those 2 tabs in, like so, little side tabbies, and slide that into the pocket below, line it up, and stick her down like so. And that's our last page. So that's just, you know, some ideas of things that you could do, and now you're free to embellish as you like. And of course you could use any paper that you liked. So there's our 6 little pages. We've got 6 envelopes and then some little bits going on each of the pages. Now we could also put some things on here. I think I had a spare pocket somewhere. Can't see it right now, but let's just, as an example, whoops, this little corner pocket here, we could pop a corner pocket on there and that would create another little tuck spot there. Or we could use one of the bottom pockets. I've got one of those here. We could put one of these bottom pockets on the front of this envelope and that would create yet another little spot. So I might go ahead and do something like that, but I won't take up your time now. Let's, these are for the inside of the cover, so I'll just pop those to the side. Now we need to think about the cover itself. So depending on how many pages you make will depend on how wide you need your spine to be. So I'm just going to measure this spine that I've got here. I've got 6 pages, so that is 4 centimeters, and then I think I'm going to add another centimeter on, so I've got a little bit of leeway on each side. So I'm going to make myself a 5 centimeter spine. Okay, a 5 centimeter wide spine. So I have already cut out 2 of my 2 pieces of card for my cover. So that blue piece at the back here, I've cut out 2 of those, and this is just from the front of a paper pad. I've just cut out 2 of those, and then I'm just going to need myself a 5 centimeter spine. So I've got the rest of that little bit of card here, and it needs to be the same height as my cover. So I'm just going to line that up along there and use this as a bit of a template. So I'll just draw along there, and then I can just, in fact, I'll just get out my cutter and I'll line this up like so. And I don't need that, but I need this, and I want 5 centimeters, which is pretty much 2 inches. Let's just call it 2 inches, shall we? And that's my spine. Okay, so then I'm going to use this piece of white cartridge paper for my cover. So let's pop that to the side. And let's just see if we can see through this. We can't, but what I think I will do anyway is put the white section down and put this on the inside, because I'm covering that with scrapbook paper. So I'm just going to give myself an inch along the bottom here and an inch on the side. Like so. My ruler's an inch thick. So then I am just going to put some glue on here. And stick this down there. Like so. Then I will do the same with my spine. A bit of glue stuck on there. She'll be right. Put a bit of glue on this. And pop that down on here. I'm just going to leave a little gap. I'm just guessing it. And then I will do this back cover or front cover, or however it ends up. Some glue on there. And I'm going to try and match that one up. That gap up. Like so. Then I'm just going to put my ruler along here and rule myself an inch around this side and this side. Let's flip it over and make sure it's nice and firmly stuck down. slice this edge off that we don't need. Doesn't need to be terribly neat, which is good. Happy with that. Oops, just fell on the floor. Then I'm just going to miter my corners a bit. I know that there's fancy ways of doing this, but I don't worry about that so much. I figure if the corners look terrible, I can always put some little corners, you know, those little metal corners on them. Could always do that. Might still do that. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this over. Burnish it down. May as well glue it while we're there. I like to put a bead of glue right along that edge there to make sure that it sticks nicely on that edge. Ooh. Okay, so you probably know how to do this, so I will just carry on doing this until we're done, and then when we're done I will come back and we'll step on with the next bit. But I just really wanted to show you just how I worked out what the spine measurement would need to be, and that of course depends on how many pages you use. Okay, so I'll see you again in a minute. Okay, so here's my little cover that I have covered with that white paper, and then I've just inked around the edges to go with the general theme. So now we need to put our pages in. So I have cut 3 of the mats for the cover, for the inside. So let's have a look at those. I've got these 2 here, and let's move that out. These 2 here that are going to go there and there. And then I've got this one that I'm going to put in the middle, like so. I'm going to put that one in the middle first, and then we'll put these ones down. So what I have done is I have essentially sort of lined it up. It doesn't need to be perfectly even because these edges are going to get covered up anyway. So I've just lined it up where I think it should go. And then I've just run down my little spine creases on this guy here, like so. And I will fold those over. I haven't done it like this before, so let's see what happens, hey? I'll fold that over. There's those. And should I ink them? May as well. Why not? Like so. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to put glue on these 2 sides, but not on the middle section. That's my plan. See how this works out, hey? Okay. And then I'm just going to line that back up again and stick it down so that center section isn't stuck in. And we'll see how it works out for us. Make sure that's all stuck down. Okay, so that folds up like so, and we have a sort of a loose, bit of a loose center section. So then we're going to take our pages, and I'm just going to put glue all down those pages and hope for the best. and we stick it down. So you don't have to use glue for this, you could use something else. I could have got out some of the double-sided adhesive sticky paper that I have, but I didn't think about it until now. Okay, that's a lot of glue. Right. So then I'm just going to take this bad boy and I'm going to try and line it up and stick it down. You might need to wobble it around a little bit, like so. Make sure it's pretty straight, like so. I've got a little more room at the back than the front, but I don't suppose that matters. Okay, and then I'm just going to make sure that it's stuck down on each of those little gussets. This one. And this one. Whoop. Try not to rip it in your ferocious sticking. And this one. And then that should be good. So the idea was, I don't want to play with it too much yet, but the idea was then that it might lay a bit flatter as we open it up. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not, but I guess we'll find out. Why aren't you closing properly? Give that a burnish, make sure it's stuck. Got glue coming out the bottom. And that one. And that one. I'm not sure that it's really worked with the getting the pages to sit flat, but I'm sure you can figure out a way to get those pages to sit flatter. But I think it looks pretty cute anyway. So then we can just pop these guys in. So let's do that. I'll use this glue. I think this video is getting pretty long now. I'm sorry about that. But we are making a whole album, so there is that. Glue doesn't want to come out. Okay, and then we can stick this guy down on here. Try and get it straight, that would help. Like so. Oops. Try not to squash that corner. And the same on the back. Now I don't know if my my idea of getting the pages to lay flat with that has worked as well as I'd hoped, but you know, you never know if you don't give it a try. Maybe a bit more glue along there. And then pop this one on, like so. And stick that one down. So then, sits pretty well that way anyway. So on the front then, I have these two pockets here that I want to put down. And I'm going to put these two pockets down on the front cover in exactly the same way that I've put these two pockets on that back section here that we've already done. And then on this back section, I'm thinking I'm just going to put this little corner pocket down here with this little mat, like so. So I can go off and do that and I won't take up all of your time. So I can go ahead and do that. And then on the front, I have cut out some of these cover mats again. So I've cut out 2 of these cover mats, one for the front and one for the back. And then I have got this spare piece which I was hoping would fit, and I might just need to trim that off just a little touch to make my spine. But so then these are going to go on the front like so, and then I'm just going to embellish it and pop in some mats and that sort of thing. And I might put my little strip down here. So I think, yeah, there's tiny little pink strip down there. I can cut some of those out and pop them down here as well, just to finish off those gussets. But otherwise, that is a bit of an idea of how to construct this little envelope mini album. So really quick, easy, fun little project. Great for using up lots of little bits of scraps and just something a little bit different. So I hope that you enjoyed that little freebie. As I said, you can head over to my Facebook group if you would like to pick up these, the SVG file for this, and there's another little freebie in there that you might be interested in as well. So thanks very much for joining me today. Sorry if the video was really long, but you know, it takes time to make things. So anyway, I hope to see you guys again. Thanks very much. Bye for now. Bye.